Hello YouTube and welcome to another one of my Duel videos. So today I have for you a Gemini deck. Mainly I made this deck because I wanted to test out Gemini Trap Hole. I finally got to you from the card trader, but full disclosure, it didn't come up in any of the replays that I have for you guys. I didn't have a ton of time to test this out. I pretty much, the 5 replays I got them within like the first 7 or 8 games. Just because I haven't had a ton of time to play. I know I haven't posted lately, but I do want to make another version once I get Gemini Summoner. I haven't seen any of them in the card trader yet, so I definitely want to try that out. So expect to see another variant as soon as I get my hand on those. But it's a very simple beatdown deck. We're using the tie that binds for that boost attack. Ignore the extra deck, is just here because obviously I don't run polymerization or anything like that. But you never know, your opponent could run Fusion Gate and there you go, you can go Super Alloy Beast. We only run three monsters, or you know, 3 types of monsters. We run Elemental Hero Neos Elias. He is a Gemini card and he's a 1900 beater. That is the only reason he's in the deck. He's just, you know, for the beat stuff, and obviously because he's a Gemini, so that we can pair it with Gemini Trap Hole. We have 3 Ancient Gear Knights, 1800 beater, and you know, you have the effect when it attacks. After you Gemini summon it, your opponent cannot activate any spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. So that, you know, that helps you with draining shields, stuff like that. We also have 3 Heavy Knight, another 1800 beater, and it also banishes anything that is special summon, and you know, it attacks. So they're all pretty good. Both of these are in here because they're effects. He's just here because he's a big beater. 3 Supervise, so we can get them to become a Gemini monster more quickly. You know, that way, or Gemini Trap Hole can go off. Because it only works when the Gemini monster has its effect activated. So 3 enemy controller, pretty standard. Protection, we run very weak monsters, so we need that protection. Mirror Wall, same thing, we need the protection because you know, we're not running anything big, we're not running any of the big Geminis. And Wall Disruption is here for that same reason. Wall Disruption is gonna see a lot more play in my opinion because of Hazy Flame. Obviously you need the enemy controllers for the Cyber Angels, and they're dead against Hazy Flame, so Wall Disruption and Mirror Wall, it's a must. I already said I was using the tie that binds, and let's go ahead and show you these replays. I hope you guys have been doing well. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Like I said, it's been a busy week. But I will have a Christmas break in 2 weeks time, so I'll make up for, you know, some of the missing time.
Duel.
But here we're gonna against Bandit Keith. We're going first, so I go all out. It's really advised for you to activate Supervise right away. That way, if they get rid of your monster, you get to summon it back. So there's no reason to hold it in the hand. And that's another thing that allows you to run a limited amount of monsters. You know, you're only running 9. Most people run 10 to 11. So the Supervise definitely helps. There we see the Editen. He's going regular Cyber Angel shenanigans. But I have plenty of ways to deal with it. I have Wall of Disruption if he decides to not activate the Geminis effect. And I have Enemy Controller if he decides to activate the Geminis effect. And Enemy Controller is also going to trigger my Supervise and just give me my Heavy Knight back. So I had a pretty busted opening hand for going up against Cyber Angels. We see him activate the Dakini effect, so I'm going for the Econ take. I'm going to get rid of the Dakini, and I'm also going to get my Heavy Knight back thanks to the Supervise. I go ahead and normal summon that so I can banish the Editen. Even if you had Mirror Wall or Wall Disruption or anything like that, the effect was gonna go through. You needed something like Enemy Controller. I pick up my Neos Elias, go ahead and get rid of the Senju, and then he just scoops because I pretty much destroyed his whole deck. We got another Bandit Keith. I've been seeing a lot of Bandit Keiths lately. It's a pretty generic character because of the restart and the balance. Haven't seen any Bandit Keith actually using, you know, Bandit Keith skills like switcheroo or bandit or sleight of hand. Actually, this might be sleight of hand now that I think about it. So here we see the Gemini trap hole. I was pretty excited because I also had the supervise. So you know, I was ready to use it. Go ahead and set my back row. Go for the attack. Doesn't activate anything, which I thought was pretty odd. Sets another face down, sets another monster. We see the floodgate trap hole, that's fine. I'm gonna go for the attack, and then I see heavy mech support armor. So I know I'm going up against XYZ. There we see the sleight of hand. We see him activate rollout, so I'm gonna chain my enemy controller because rollout needs you to control the monster in order to resolve. So once I have it on my side of the field, he can't equip the card anymore. Go ahead and go for the attack. He's got impenetrable attack, so I econ take. And in case he has Sphere Kuribo, I tribute the one that has the supervise so that my Neos Elias can come right back onto the field. There we go. Didn't have the Kuribo, but even if it did, I would have been able to finish him off through that. Very quick replays. Now we got a Kaiba. Like I said, normally I playtest like pretty much a full day, and I get to pick out, you know, the best replays that I can. But like I said, I had a pretty busy day, so my games were limited. So I apologize if you think that some of the replays are like, you know, kind of lame. Here we're going up against Red Eye Zombie. We see Gosuki dropping the Fear from the Dark, which is a card that I haven't seen in Red Eye Zombie, but nothing is too surprising now. Again, you want to activate Supervise right away. Even though I can't banish the Gosuki, it's nice to have a backup monster once they get rid of the Heavy Flame. There we see the Red Eye Zombie. He goes for the beatdown, but I have Wall of Disruption. And even if I didn't, I have an enemy controller, so I'm pretty good. I get another Heavy Knight, go for the attack on the Gosuki. I figured that was going to be a Red Eye Spirit, but the reason why I attacked with Heavy Knight of the Flame first was because I was going to econ take the Red Eyes, and that way I could get you know, my Heavy Knight back, just in case there was a Gribo or something like that. He didn't have anything. That's a pretty strong play. You know, when you have a monster with supervise, that econ take is gonna bring your monster right back. So I really love that about the deck. And now this is it's a pretty meme replay. The deck doesn't do anything. I just wanted to share this because I did upload a Ross Disciple deck, and that's what this man was using. However, I like this because it proves a little bit my point. That 3 of a kind is kind of slow in the OTK version, and that's why, you know, I run mine with Storm. But I have Wall of Disruption, and you probably already see where this is going. Now I made the mistake of not activating Supervise, but that's fine. It works out for me. We see the Luminous Spark, which I was using before I switched into the Void. We see the Triple Rod. He's got the OTK, but I have Wall of Disruption. So they all go down to 0. We know that face down is more than likely 3 of a kind. He just scoops. He has no other, you know, no other winning condition. Once the Ross are taken care of, there's nothing you can do. So, you know, had he had Storm, maybe he could have sniped my back row and gotten the OTK. Not, you know, not judging. I wanted to make 3 of a kind work. I saw that Guns made it work pretty well in his version. It wasn't working for me at all. And this last one, we're going up against Burn, so, you know, not much you can do against Burn, but I do like showing when they fail miserably, so here it is.
Duel.
They're going first. One Parasite in the deck, and we know that they're always going to have Jaden Sigwizzle. Oh, he does not though. He's got Burning Lance. So I go ahead and summon my Elias, and you know, try to go for the damage right away. We see the Massive Morph expected. It was either that or Draining Shield. We see another face down. Go ahead and summon my Heavy Knight. Activate the Supervise. And I'm activating the Supervise so that if he were to Lava Golem, I'm still gonna get my monster back. So, like I said, I really like that about Supervise, and it doesn't miss timing, it doesn't do anything like that. We see the Floodgate on the Ancient Gear Knight, which is unfortunate. And I'm poking him at 200. I actually got him under the damage curve, so had we just kept going the way it was, the Burning Lance was gonna kill him before, so he's forced to use his Lava Golem, but I get my Ancient Gear back. He straps the Mask of the Accursed on the Lava Golem, but he can't deal with the attack of my Ancient Gear Knight, so he just scoops. I love when you know, when I get rid of Weevil. Unfortunately, this meta is just full of Weevil, full of Destiny Draw, Burn, and it kind of sucks. We already have Cancer's decks going around that just a meme deck with Burn is a little annoying. But anyway, like I said, this is a work in progress. I know I didn't get to feature Gemini Trap Hole. I will make sure that next time when I update this version with Gemini Summoner, I will have some Gemini Trap Hole action. But thank you so much for watching. Short video, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Subscribe if you haven't, I'd really appreciate that. And also consider backing me up on PayPal. I really appreciate that. My Discord link is in the description. And till next time.